Hey moms, it's your girl Sharita, the behavior and literacy strategist, coming at you from the Morgan Unlimited Growth Institute. Oh, not talk too loud because my youngest daughter just went to bed not too long ago, okay? But I wanted to get on here with y'all and talk to you about this. What do we do if our child's teacher does not send home homework? I'm asking you this because when I do the consultations with moms, I talk to them, I ask them, what happens during homework time? Okay, I want to know how their child acts during homework time, if they can do their work independently, if they try to get out of it, if mom has to sit for hours trying to get them to do their work, if behaviors come out, I'll be wanting to know that. So I ask them, and I keep getting the same answer. Well, they stopped sending home homework. And the moms that I talk to, I don't know about y'all, feel like I feel that the kids should be getting homework. Here's the reason why our kids should get homework. It's because it's good for us to know what they're learning, and it's good for us to see where their struggles might be, and then design a plan to help them grow in that area, okay? So that's one of the biggest reasons why our children definitely need homework, okay? Now, if a child is coming home with no homework, there's two things that I would do. As a parent now, I'm talking as a parent, okay? One thing is I would keep in touch with the teacher periodically and find out if there's any missing assignments, okay? But hey, Mariah, good evening. Happy Sunday to you. We're talking about these babies need homework because, they going back to school right now and they coming home. Some of them may be coming home with no homework. Some of them may be even saying, I don't have homework, even if they do have homework because they don't want to do it. And if they come home and if homework is not consistent, right, then they got to easy out. Okay, so we moms want to stay on top of it. So we got to have a plan for the homework coming from school and also for for our plan. All right. So that's what I want to talk to y'all about. Mariah, I want to talk about this tonight, and let me know your thoughts on homework. If kids should have homework. I know there's been this debate. Some moms are saying that kids shouldn't have homework because they're in school all day, right? And it take a lot out of them. Okay. Oh, Marquise is finally in school. Yay! Tell him I said congratulations. I want to hear how he's doing. Definitely let me know. So that's one of the things is moms feel like they shouldn't have homework. Some moms feel like that, but I feel like our kids should have homework. Okay. And why do I feel like this? It's because that's the chance to customize their learning and customize their growth. Okay? All right, good. So, first, like I said, if they're coming home with no homework, you ask them, do you have homework? And they're like, no, I don't have homework. You need to communicate with the teacher, I say, on a weekly basis at first. Not a daily basis because it'll be kind of stressful. But more of a weekly basis to say, are there any missing assignments? Now you get those missing assignments and they send them home, then your child can do them during independent study time and catch up. What is independent study time? Well, we moms are going to make sure our children have homework whether they have homework or not. Like, what in the world are you talking about, Sharita? Well, we have at home, when they get home, we have their bath time, we feed them, then we want to get on that game, get on their phone, but there should be some independent study time. If they have homework from school to do, they're completing it during their independent study time. And then if they don't have homework from school, then they are still working during their independent study time. They have a customized independent study plan. What's a customized independent study plan? That's the stuff that your child is struggling in, that they must conquer. Okay? These are the terms that we use here. We say conquer, we say master. Okay? And my students in their action plans, if multiplication is something that they don't know and they have to learn, then we say master multiplication. If there's sight words, if they don't know their sight words in their action plan, the terminology is this: master my sight words, and they say that. You want your child to become a master at whatever is holding them back. Okay? So whatever you see your child struggling in, they're going to master it during their independent study time. So this is why I feel that homework is essential. Kids studying at home is essential. When they're in school, they're around everybody else, and the teacher is giving attention to everyone, all the kids, and the teacher is teaching everyone, and it's a generalized kind of teacher, even though they customize for each child, but when your child is by themselves and they're face to face with their work and they're learning and they're figuring out every day, amazing things can happen. I'll give an example. My youngest daughter, Maya, she has an independent study plan, okay? And she's going into kindergarten, but she's way ahead when it comes to reading, writing, spelling. She's way ahead. Math, she's doing okay. But in her action plan, and the other students her age, they have count to 100, they have count by tens, they have count by fives, right? Then they have addition and subtraction. Then they learn how to create word problems, right? All those things happening. Hey, Dominique, you want to join? Let me see how to do that. I think this would be the first time. Let me see, bring them in. I'm gonna send you an invite. We talking so long, okay? So Maya has been working on her independent study plan for a week, and she's done so much better at counting by five. She's almost got a master just by practicing every single day. All the numbers that she was writing backwards, she's catching herself, and she's now writing them the correct way. We got a cute little thing we say in the younger groups. I say, if you gotta check these letters and these numbers, because sometimes they be trying to go the wrong way, and they might be walking towards the playground and they supposed to be walking towards the school. They're gonna be late. So if you see the B is backwards, you gotta be like, hey man, where you think you going? Turn around, you're going the wrong way. They start cracking up. The little ones start cracking. They love that. So she'd be looking for those words. She'd be like, hey, you're going the wrong way, or the numbers, right? So this is the stuff. We're at home with our children and we notice these things. Hey, my child is writing their letters backwards. It says adding, Dominique. My child is writing their numbers backwards. My child is writing their letters backwards. A lot of moms ask me, I think they may be dyslexic. He says no answer, so I'm gonna try again. He said that they think they may be dyslexic, and they worry because they're writing their letters and numbers backwards. That is something that when children are young, they're supposed to, when they first start writing, let's go there. When kids first start writing, I just tried again, Dominique. When kids first start writing when they're really young, of course, they're going to write their letters and numbers backwards. Like, it's almost a given, okay? If they don't correct it, as they get old, Dominique's coming in, if they don't correct it and they keep going to the next grade, and it never was corrected, like, they didn't have the strategies to correct it. Like, it wasn't focused in on until it was mastered. Remember that terminology, mastered. Then kids are in the 4th grade and 5th grade, 6th grade, and they're writing letters and numbers backwards, right? Or they are also, it's not the same thing, but something else that I noticed that I work with my students on. Maybe in 6th grade, 7th grade, and they're not putting a capital letter at the beginning of a sentence. They don't know where to put the period. This because it wasn't mastered. So when we are at home and we notice these things, we focus in on them, it's amazing. Dominique, I see you. I don't see your picture. I don't see you. I hear you, but I don't see you. I'm sorry, it's my first time doing this. This is awesome, but it's my first time doing this. So if your child is not, if your child is coming home with no homework, they still gotta do homework, especially if your child is reading below grade level, because we are like accepting nothing less. All of our children are gonna be reading at or above their grade level. If they're at 5th grade, then we want them reading on a 5th or 6th or 7th grade level, okay? If your child is reading below grade level, 3rd grade level, 2nd grade level, 1st grade level, and they're in the 5th grade, or if they're in the 3rd grade, they read on kindergarten grade level, if they're behind, then they definitely need an independent study plan. They need to be working on this every single day. Now, I know it's easier said than done. She said, hold on a second. I know it's easier said than done, right? I know that moms, we sit down, and I know because I'm a mom, sit down and with our kids, we have the greatest intentions. We're going to help them work through this, and they need to practice and study, and then we're going to take care of this. But we don't anticipate all the pushback, all the resistance, all the, getting distracted, dropping your pencil. I'm hungry. I got to use the bathroom. Oh, this is taking too long. All the other stuff. So when you did it, when you're sitting down trying to help your child with homework or help your child improve, like I'm gonna call it a growth plan. I call it independent study plan, but that's exactly what it is, a growth plan. Okay, and all my students are getting their growth plans. Is customized. So when we're in class and I see them where they are right now, and I want them to keep working on this, I text their moms, and for my older ones, I give them their study plan and I email it to them and their moms as well. But this is what they want. I want them to practice, and they write it down. The kids have to write it down themselves and put it on the refrigerator. Okay, all right. So if our children are getting to the earlier point, if they are behind, in anything, and at school is not being worked on, like intensely worked on, it's not something that they are working on and growing every single day, then at home, that's part of their independent study plan. So that we are really literally giving our kids homework. Okay, it's literally homework, the work that you're doing at home for our kids to get into that habit of studying and growing themselves, whether you say the teacher gave you homework or not. Okay, and like I said, if you find out that they have a couple of assignments that have piled up because they weren't doing it in class, it just gets added. The structure is already there. Like, okay, you're gonna complete this during your independent study time. Okay, here's another thing, and I said this on another video. Your child also needs, our children also need routines and responsibilities. So when they come home, what do you want them to do to contribute to the household? What chores do you want them to do, right? And then the independent study time, that's their homework time, and they have to complete it and then submit for your approval, right? And then you let them have their leisure time. Kids begin it backwards. They want to come in the house, they want to chill, they want to watch TV, they want to play the game, they want to be on the phone, and that's their priority when they come in the house. But having them learn that that's a privilege. They have responsibility. So when they come in the house, they have to complete XYZ. When that's complete, now here's the time for you to chill and have your leisure time. So here's how it works. And I've been doing this for years. In the group room when I was a mental health specialist, and in the classroom as a special education teacher, at home with my own kids, right? At first, they don't be trying to hear it. And they be trying to play around with their responsibilities and take a long time. But then when your leisure time come around, if you haven't finished, you're still working on that when you could have been sitting here chilling, having your game time or what have you. Okay, and again, it's easier said than done, but I'm telling you that this is the process. Okay, I understand the process. I understand kids. Some kids are more intense than others. Some kids learned how to use behavior a lot better than others. Some kids are more likely to just listen and go along with it than others. Kids, they have different degrees, right? But generally, this is the process. In the beginning, and I'll use Maya as an example, this is a change. She wasn't used to the study plan and the responsibility. She's 5, okay? So, and she's the youngest in the house. She's a baby. So you know how that go, right? So she wasn't used to it at first. She couldn't understand why she had to do X, Y, and Z before she get to her. She has a Kindle Fire. Before she get to her Kindle Fire, had her Kindle Fire time. Okay, Dominique, I see you still there. I couldn't get you on. Couldn't get you on, sis. And I pressed the button. It said adding, but it didn't go through. So let me know. So in the beginning, she wasn't too happy. Oh, I gotta do this and why I gotta, I'm like, nope. This is what you gotta do. This is the routine. This is your study plan. This is what you need to do. You need to do this, this, and this. And then your room has to be cleaned. And then you can chill. Right? So at first she didn't want to do all of that. And, she was pouting and everything. But that's day 1. Day 2, she started to do it. She's still not happy about it. She's getting used to the routine. Day 3, she's doing it without complaining much. Day 4, she already did it. Like before. And I put the video up. Like I talked to y'all about this. I fell out on the couch. I was up since 4:30 in the morning. And her and my oldest daughter, Jazzy, I woke up and I'm like, oh, you wake up and I'm like, hey, what's going on, y'all? My oldest daughter. So my oldest daughter is 15. Maya she'll be 15 September 28th. Okay. And she's going into 10th grade in high school. And my youngest, and that's Jazzy. And my youngest, Maya, is 5. She turned 5 in July, right? So I wake up and I'm like, hey, y'all, what's going on? You get the mom, you jump back into the scene and stuff after you fell asleep on the couch. And then I'm like, Maya, let's get your stuff. Come on, you got to do your study plan. And they like, we already did it. I'm like, you did this? They're like, yep. And this? Yep. And she wrote a sentence? Yep. What sentence did she write? I'm checking and everything. Everything was like, check. Okay? The name of the video that I put up is Set Up an Independent Study System That Runs by Itself. Okay? You put this in your child's routine. You stay firm about it. It's customized. They see growth every day. They're getting better every single day. Then it's going to start running by itself. It's done. I already did it, Mom. Did it. All right, let me see. Okay, good job. Then if you have some time that day and you want to coach, it's really independent study time. But what I do is, and this whole purpose of it, you want your child to work by themselves for one big reason. When they work by themselves and they end up focusing on it, so at first they don't want to focus on it. They want you to work with them and everything. But when they realize that they have to work independently on it, when they focus on it and they do it themselves, you can see what needs to happen. Like, where do I need to coach her or him? I see that she did good here, but she's having no trouble here. Let me coach her on that. Let me teach her on that. So that's what I do. So, for example, with counting to 100, Maya would count, and then when she got to 39, she didn't know what the next number was. 49, she didn't know what the next number was. 59, she didn't know what the next number was, right? She'll say 30 or she'll say 90. She'll say the wrong number and everything, and she kept having to think and figure it out, right? This is a big tip I'm about to give y'all if y'all kids have this problem. So she developed a chart. We don't buy anything. We don't buy stuff or charts already made. My kids have always made them. When they make them, that's part of their learning and take ownership of it. So all it is a sheet of paper, folded in half again, or folded into 4s, right? And then fold it long ways. So you end up with 16 boxes. And in each box, you write a number. 29, 30, 39. Okay, what's next? 40. What's next? 49, 50, 59, 60. That's a chart all the way down to 99, 100. Put it on the wall. So now when she's counting to 100, her tough area, see, this is customized. I know how to do all those numbers, right? But this area right here is where I'm struggling. That's the area we're going to practice. That's the area we're going to drill. So when she's counting to 100, she has the chart in front of her. She can use that she wrote herself. and she's also practicing writing her numbers. Okay. All right. So then what's happening? I see her going and practicing and pointing at the wall without me telling her to. I see her when I tell her to count to 100, she's much better than she was before because she developed her own chart. That was a part of the coaching that went along with her independent study plan. So your child, if your child comes home without homework, that's a great opportunity for them to have some customized learning going on. It's customized now. In school, they might not have time to master this because they have other kids, they have a curriculum, different curriculum. I know when I was a special education teacher, a lot of times I couldn't teach just what I wanted to teach. I was teaching what I was supposed to teach, right? It was the Common Core curriculum, Common Core standards back then, and I had to keep up with the standards, right? But I wanted to work on those fundamentals because if the kids have those fundamentals, when they are, no matter what you teach them, they could do it. This is what my program is all about. Whatever they don't know, they will know. If they're behind, they're going to master it. So, and then I challenge them at and above their grade level at the same time. So when they're in school, no matter what the teacher throws at them, they can handle it because they have a strong foundation and they know how to embrace the challenge. They know how to figure it out. They know how to work it out. This is what we're doing with homework time at home with our kids. Okay? So if the teacher didn't send home homework, I know in the beginning of the school year, the teacher taught me, we have the night, the parent night, the back to school night, and the teacher talk about what they be doing and everything. Find out from your child's teacher. I can't wait to go to mine for my two girls. Find out from your child's teacher what the homework, what her homework routine is. Like, does she send home homework every day? Does she not send home homework, right? And then make a decision from there. What is your child going to be doing? Because they need some study time at home. They need to improve themselves. Even if they're pretty good and they're reading and functional on grade level. I have moms come to me and their children aren't below grade level, but they want them to work harder. They want them to get A's. They want them to be challenged. They want them to think. They want them to function independently. Whatever it is, whatever you want your child to learn, whatever you want them to do, that's in their independent study plan. That's it. So find out what your teacher, how your teacher does homework, and you have your independent study plan. And if your child has homework from school, they complete that, then they work on their independent study plan. And for a specific time, whatever you put together for them, okay? And then if they don't have homework, they're working on their independent study plan. When that stuff is done, they move on to the next thing. If they take too long to do it, then they just miss out on their fun time. Hey, I'm tough, y'all. I'm tough. Like I really, that's not them playing on the phone and playing a game. To me, is not more important than them achieving their greatness. It's not. It's not. It's something that they could do for fun right now, right? But especially if they are behind, that's really not a concern to me. It's more important that they work on their growth areas. And I'm saying weak areas, but I call it growth areas here. So it's more important that they work on those growth areas and master them. And then you see the improvement in the classroom. You hear the teacher talking about the improvement you see. And you see your child's grade level, reading level going up. They started out the school, they in 5th grade, but they started out the school reading on the 1st grade level. Now the second market period, they read on a 3rd grade level. How'd you do that? Right? This is what we do here. We improve our children's reading level, and the teachers will tell us that when they tested them, it has improved. They went up. So that's more important than that other stuff. Okay? But when you get that routine, they start fighting and everything. Understand this. The fight is temporary. It's only because you changed up my routine, you changed up my flow. I don't like it. I don't want to do this stuff. And they're trying to see if you'll just stop and let them play, right? But when you stay consistent, all my students end up going along with the routine and doing what they're supposed to do. even down to the babies, the youngest, the 4-year-old ones, that it's it look like they're not going to be able to sit down and do this. It's virtual. They look like they're just not going to be able to do it, right? Because they're so young. Even the youngest ones, they they will get it eventually if you have the right customized plan and you stay on top of them and you don't go easy on them when they want to act out so that it could be easier for that day. When you just remain consistent and keep the faith, everything will work out all right. I'm telling you this from personal and professional experience, y'all. Okay? Look, I want y'all to feel good about the school year. I want y'all to have success during the school year. Your kids, I want your kids to be successful. I want this to be the best school year y'all ever had. This school year to be even better than last year. That's what I want for y'all. So that's why I'm on here talking about these tips for school. Uh, if your child goes 2-3 weeks and they never worked on anything at home because the teacher was to send home homework, think about how much further ahead they could have been if they worked on reading this book every day for a week, right? Think about the progress they could have made, or practicing their multiplication, right? Think about the progress they could have made. All right. So y'all decide what y'all want your child to accomplish. Write it down. Believe that it's going to happen. Believe that it's going to happen. When you start thinking, I would love this. No, we're not using that language. We're not saying I would love for my child to. Like, this is what I want for my child. You deserve it. Your child deserves it. This is what I want for my child. Write it down. Own it. Believe in it. And then roll your sleeves up and get to work. Okay? Because that's how we do it. All right? I love y'all so much. I'm here if you want to talk to me about any of this. But I'm wishing y'all the best school year ever. Okay? All right. I'm going to finish my tea. I got some tea. Jazzy made tea for everybody. So it's like green tea. And it's got a little turmeric in it, a little crushed ginger. Homegirl be hooking it up. Honey, a little apple cider vinegar, and coconut oil. We put that in there to be healthier. So we do that in the morning and at night before we go to bed. So everybody done had theirs. Now I'm about to have mine and take it down for the night. Write out my goals for tomorrow and what I accomplished today. And then just relax. Enjoy my husband and the kids. Gonna be my oldest about to go to bed. It's gonna be a great night. So I thank y'all so much for being here. All right, I want to wish y'all a happy Labor Day. Program is closed tomorrow. I almost forgot. I'll be on it, boy. I'll be on it. My students are wishing that my birthday landed on a program day, but it landed on Sunday because I'm sure to be working them. I do. I'll be in their face. I'm my babies, though. They know I love them. They know I love them. All right. So thank y'all so much. Thank you, Mariah. So good to see you always. Say hi to Marquise for me. Dominique, good to see you too. I sent you an email today. I think it was today. Yeah, definitely today. Tell tonight I said hi to. Love y'all and have a great night. All right, everybody. Believe in yourself. Believe in your child, honey. And always remember that growth is unlimited. Peace.